listening to episode 102 of Paper Player. I'm your host, Tony. We're joined with the full crew today. We got Jeff, Josh, and JB, who is cameraless, but it's something about I think he's putting on his anime makeup because you are going to ASIN, right?
Yeah, it's going to be a great time. Apparently they have drafts going on Friday. Maybe I'll do that. Probably not, but could do it. I will be meeting up with, so there's this guy. I think you know him, Tony.
I know everybody.
His name's Jesse.
James.
Come on. Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? Goes to a lot of the bigger tournaments around here.
I do. I do know him. Yeah. He's always on really good decks. Or let me take that back. He's on homebrews that are like good for the meta.
Yeah. He chats to me. We chat every time I go to a tournament, and he's there. We'll just talk about anime for like an hour.
It's whatever, dude. Anime's
and
tight.
I mean, like, I just didn't expect it out of him. I'll be real. If you're listening, Jesse, totally didn't peg you for a person who would be like, I watch a bunch of anime.
Let's be honest. He just looks like he's got his shit together, so you assumed he wasn't wasting his time with anime.
Yes, exactly. But, the match we played, I'll talk about what I did for Magic in a little bit, but we played a match for a tournament recently, and he told me if he beats me, I have to go watch 3 episodes of an anime called My Dress Up Darling. Because he says, I love that anime, and you need to watch it before ASIN, so when we get together and have a drink, I can talk to you about it.
That's pretty fun.
And I was like, you watched that? And I was just blown away.
Yeah, people are closeted anime fans.
I did beat him, but I will watch it before Saturday.
All right,
so I can meet up with him and talk with him.
Let me do our plugs before we get into the week of Magic and so forth. So if you want to be able to connect with us on our socials, just go to our link tree. It's the best way to see all of the plethora of things that we do. And if you ever want to be entered into the raffle that we do every week, where we just before the show we raffle off 5 cards, and if you want to be put into that, all you have to do is subscribe to our YouTube and make it public, and you'll be entered in every single week, and we ship out the cards every week. Like and subscribe, help us grow, and be a part of our cast. And aside from all that, let's go into this week of Magic. Josh, did you get any Magic in? No's okay.
No.
Sometimes you don't.
I tried to play with him. We're going to play on Friday.
Sick?
I have a buddy's birthday on Saturday, so I'm probably going to buy some booster packs and play the pack lottery this weekend because that's the way birthdays work.
Are you going to do Aftermath packs, or you can actually get like set boosters of a real pack?
I want to get set boosters of March of the Machine.
Oh, sure. Okay. It's pretty sweet.
Nice.
Or not set boosters. I want to get a collector pack.
Yeah.
I want to... I'm going to buy Jeff one for his birthday.
It's not my birthday.
Jeff birthday.
My birthday.
I know.
But
3 packs.
I'm gonna buy him one for his birthday, and then
Yeah.
I have to buy one because I can't just not buy one.
I'm with you. You gotta.
Here's a gift, but I'm gonna get a gift for me too.
Right.
And I hope I get better cards than you. That way we can explain about how I'm better than you.
No, I'm gonna open it before I see him. But,
Oh, okay. In secret.
yeah. Just
Until he opens the serialized, and then he'll brag about it.
I wouldn't feel bad about that. I would be like,
No, I'm saying if you did.
Oh yeah.
I wouldn't feel bad about that either.
Yeah.
I just wouldn't tell him.
Yes.
I would bring it up.
I think it's impossible to open up a serialized card in a set booster, but I've been wrong before. So.
Who said collector?
Oh, I'm sorry. Never mind. I take that back.
Dumb.
Gonna have to edit that out. Can't be shown to be wrong.
We're gonna get collector packs.
Yeah. All right.
You opened a box of Aftermath, didn't you?
I did. No, not Aftermath.
You didn't open a collector box of Aftermath?
I bought 3 collector boosters and then 2 set boosters, and then I was like,
okay.
I was completely like, I'm off this set. Like it was. I'm glad
terrible.
I just dipped in a little bit, and it was. Well, let's get into that later. I think this product was a flop for it's a rough one. Yeah.
All right, let's continue our talk of what you did on this week for Magic.
Yeah.
Jeff.
Yeah, what's up?
What'd you do? What'd you play?
I've just mainly played Arena, as I normally do throughout the week. I've been playing a lot of like Sealed and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
or limited, I should say. Like I think I'm up to like platinum or diamond and like sealed, and I'm still in bronze and like constructed because I just haven't really touched constructed. Stupid soundboard.
That's fine.
But when I do play constructive, I've been playing the red black deck, and it's just like I lost the soldiers right before, but that's the match. Like the hardest matchup probably in the format is soldiers, and it's like 50-50. It goes back and forth.
Knights, you
Especially
mean,
now
or
that-
soldiers?
or soldiers, yeah.
Is it for?
Or is it knights?
I think it's knights. If it's mom draft, March of Machines, it's I believe. Whatever.
No, what I mean, and I'm talking about constructed.
Oh, then soldiers. You're right.
Yeah. I mean, black red did just get a board wipe against them. They have the 2 black and 1. It deals -1/-1, and if they're white or green, they get -3 or an extra -2/-2.
Yeah.
So that card's really good.
Put them in the dirt,
but-
baby.
We'll talk about it later, but Kiki or Mirror Breaker needs to be banned.
Yep.
All I gotta say
we all
about
know
standard.
that.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone's gonna disagree.
Yeah.
Well,
Even though I just bought mine, I'm not disagreeing.
my
you
Facebook.
forgot Tony.
Well, not that I disagree. I said I posted to Facebook like, can we agree that it's gonna be banned? And so many people were like, just be better. I'm like, whatever. I'm not gonna explain to you how metrics work, but that's okay.
Well, besides that, I haven't done like too much Magic, but I did want to mention today I went with my roommate and a friend to this comic book store out in Oconomowoc. They randomly had like Magic cards there, like they had Aftermath and stuff, but they had a box of 50-cent rares, and it was in like a lot of cards. So I was like, I'll peel through it, and like there's some cards I got that were less than 50 cents, some that were worth more. Like I got a Allosaurus Rider and a Nourishing Shoal because I want to build Neoform in Modern because that deck's terrible, but it looks fun.
Yeah.
I got an original March on the Machines from 10th edition. I got 2 Atarka's commands. I did. Josh, do you run Avon Mind Sensor in the cube?
Yeah, I think so.
I didn't know this existed, but there's a promo old border of it
Yeah.
foil that I got.
Yeah, there's also like our expedition one too.
Yeah.
But,
Well, that's the Amonkhet one. That's the chase one.
But yeah, hang on, let me look at the cube.
But I got a foil Knight of the Reliquary, a Jessica's Ascendancy, and 2 Narco Amiibos. So those were all around like 50 cents to $1. And then peeling through it in the last pile I go through, I find a Temporal Trespass. Just like in the 50 cents. And I was like, yeah, I'll take this. And I
Yeah.
looked it up, and the card's still like 17, 18 bucks.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, that just paid for everything. So
Yeah. That's kind of
I
just
do
what
not
happens,
run
right?
Even Mind Sensor.
yeah.
But it's probably because at 3 mana, I don't think it really does very much in the cube.
Yeah, there's probably not that much search, but yeah, so like that was cool. Got to look at a bunch of old comics and stuff like that. I don't know, I haven't played like a bunch of Magic because I bought the new Zelda, so I've been playing through that lately.
I totally whiffed on that being out. Like people were like, I'm going home to play Zelda. I was like, dude, Breath of the Wild came out like 2 years ago. What?
All I
You
have to
bought
say about it, and it's probably going to be an unpopular opinion, the map is too big. It's like overwhelmingly too big.
I bought it and I haven't.
Weird.
I played it for like 10 minutes. And
I
was
like the game a lot.
I was saying, aren't you a fan of
Yeah.
like Daisy? Isn't Daisy like infinitely giant, or am I wrong on that?
Yes, but that's a different style of game. Like
Okay.
it's different when I'm playing like Zelda and like I have to like collect all these things and
You
they're
don't
like,
play
all
it.
right,
You don't have to do
well-
any of that. You just want to do that. But you're not
No,
willing to put the
like
effort
you
in.
do though. Like you have to get these items from these shrines
grind
to get
or whatever
hearts.
to get your
Yeah.
heart from your.
So like you
your
have to do
stamina
this,
back
and
up.
like it's got the Far Cry thing where you have to climb to the top of the towers like you did in Breath of the Wild, but they're like even more spread out. And Daisy is different, man. Like you'll sit in one town for like months because you don't want to go anywhere else because you don't want to lose your shit.
Yeah, that's fair.
And that's a survival game. I expect to take forever to get everywhere.
All right, more power to you.
I feel like there's not enough time for games like single player games with big maps anymore because there's just so much content. Like the issue we have with Magic where there's just always something new being shoved down our throat.
Yeah.
It's like I buy a game and like a week later someone's like, oh, I'm getting this game because it's coming out. We got to play this. I'm like, I just bought this game. It's just a lot.
I ain't got time to enjoy.
Elden Ring. I haven't played a game since Elden Ring, so I'm gonna have to like actually sit down and give Zelda a chance. But I want to.
I don't know.
I
It's
had
not
a-
my cup of tea. I didn't like the
Breath of the Wild. Yeah, my issue with Breath of the Wild was I would play it for about like 3 days straight, meaning like 4 hours at a stab, be really awesome. I'd put it down for 3 weeks and come back and be like, I don't know where I'm at. I have no idea what I'm doing. I have to start from scratch because the like anxiety of like this idea of going back to things I've already gone to, it's like annoys me. So I'm like, all right. So, and it sounds like this version's a bigger and bigger version of that.
Oh yeah.
It seems like it just kind of from the like 10 minutes I played, I was like, wow, this is the exact same game.
Yeah.
It's a little bit different.
It is once you play more, Josh, because like you're still in the Sky City. Like once you get on the surface, because the Sky City is like the tutorial, it does have a lot more like the building.
Bang logs together or whatever.
Well, like it's all about like building basically. Like you create like vehicles and like structures to get through stuff.
All right.
But we're here to talk about Magic.
Whatever, man. It's a light.
We're here to talk about whatever we want.
It's a light week,
Magic.
man. It's
This is
just
our podcast.
yeah, dude. We do what we want now. We're at 100 episodes. We don't take the demands. From episodes 1 to 99, it was requirement, and now that we're at 100, we basically what is it? We're in we're in syndication, so we can do whatever we want.
56 episodes. I think that's the cartoon syndication where they have the ability to sell the IP
Shut
to
up,
other
nerd.
Nerd.
This shill for Cartoon Network over here.
But yeah, I got a temporal trespass if anyone needs one, because I'm never playing Phoenix and Pioneer.
Yeah,
So
all my Pioneer stuff.
All right. Street. JB, did you get any? You sling any cards this week?
Yeah, I played a bit actually. I'm trying to think of what I did on Friday. I don't think I played F&M. Did I?
I think you went to Mech1, did you not?
Oh yeah, I did, and it was pretty small. It
Yeah.
was mainly the Tiger guys.
Yep,
our regular
the
group.
Tigers, yeah. Gaddock Tigers.
Tiger Leaguers.
Mm-hmm.
And it was funny because it was very casual, so I had both lands and blue, white, red control. And I said, I'm going to roll a dice every round. Play
sure.
one or the other.
Oh, yeah. It's pretty funny.
Which was fun. I like doing that.
Yeah, just
But I got stomped pretty hard. Doesn't really matter. You know, my butt got whooped. It's okay.
pretty cool.
We ended up playing some EDH at the end of the night too. But, you know, had a fun time doing that.
You're really
even
coming
though I
around at
lost a bunch.
EDH, just so you know. You used
I
to
was
be
gonna say
really
you
been
play
coming
more than
around.
any of us do.
Yeah, I don't mess
Well,
with
it's because I
EDH.
play casual. I'm like, hey, I got these 4 decks. Does anyone want to play?
Fair.
Some people say yes. Some people say no.
Wow, JB, if we look at yourself in the mirror from 50 years ago, you'd be 50 episodes
50 years? Yeah, I'm dead. I ain't alive.
Your father would be so upset with you.
You know how you clipped all of the hot takes? You got to clip all the times that JB just talks about how much he hates EDH.
Oh yeah, he does. He's a big hater. All right,
So-
continue on, baby.
Saturday, went to the big tournament at one of the other local stores. That you know, it was for Mox Diamond, Spanish Mox Diamond, and I decided to play a deck I've never played. It was the 4-color Minsk staff deck.
How'd you like
You know what I'm
staff?
It was win more a lot of the time.
Okay, so it's just like a medium card.
Yeah, although I did decide to play 2 Shark Typhoons instead of 2 more Narsets, so I went down to 1 Narset and played 2 Shark Typhoon because I was like, I want to make more tokens.
Yeah, right. Get some synergies.
Yeah, but I think if I am going to play staff again, I would play it in a staff still list, like a standstill
Yep.
staff deck. And I think I would have a lot more fun playing that than I did the Minsk deck. But man, Minsk and Boo is dumb. I love that card. It's so good.
It's the token coming.
Answer now or lose.
Yeah, it's similar to, I don't want to call it Oka level, but it's definitely like the fact that you can't pitch it to Force Wheel, thank God, puts that card in like a realm where it's, you know, manageable. But that card is when it comes down, it's just like, do you have a blue elemental blast? You don't? Okay, well you're gonna lose very badly now.
Yeah, or a bolt because of the ETB trigger of the
Yeah, you can
mints
get it.
coming
So
in. You
I
can,
am-
or
yeah.
a boot coming in. You can, in response, bolt it before they can uptick it.
Yeah, with the priority. Yep.
But I had a lot of fun playing the deck. I think, man. So first round, I played against Jesse and ended up beating him because he was playing like a non-Yorion mono white list. You know, the
Death and
Death and
D&T.
Taxes.
Yep.
Yeah, Death and Taxes. You know, Minsk just would sweep the game away every time or whatever, whenever I could land it. And, you know, the game 2, the card that, oh my God, what is it? Labyrinth? Spirit of the Labyrinth? Is that the one where you can't draw more than one?
Each player
Yes,
can draw more than
sir.
one. Yep. 3-1.
Yeah, that card is a house against that. It's unreal.
Yep.
I played him in round 2. Round 1, I played against Juan. And he's playing Maverick like always.
Crushed you.
I think I disrespected and paid too many times on the tax for every game he had an Esper Sentinel on turn 1. And in game 3, I should have killed it sooner than I did. And I think that the game just got away from me at that point because I was dumping too much mana trying not to pay for, you know, making sure he couldn't draw a card.
You only have to pay it for the first
Once.
spell.
Yeah. Yeah, but the problem is the deck is very
2-drop, 3-drop, 4-drop.
costly.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
that
it's
way,
like
yeah.
a lot of the time I don't have the mana to spare to do that.
No. It's
So
one of those
I was
cards you get
always
to answer
behind.
pretty quickly. It doesn't seem like it's going to be good, but yeah.
I also want to say that if I would have won the die roll, I would have won game 1 for sure because I'm on days in this list. And it was very much like he had the extra mana every time. So if I would have gone first, he would have been behind on one of his plays and it would have made him lose by far.
Yeah. One of the things with that list, too, I believe you're playing Uro, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you get to catch up that day's deficiency.
Lost.
Yeah.
Yep.
So,
But it's very much like I felt like I would have won that game for sure had I gone first.
yeah, you take the deck across the table from you, completely off table or off tempo with days and
With
I mean,
days.
it's just
Yeah,
it's
first.
it's a die roll thing. That's really what it
Yeah.
is. Days is so good on the die, like on the play. It's like it's
It
somewhat
felt so bad.
it's medium on the back when you are playing cards like Mystic Sanctuary, but if you're not rocking that card, like Days feels kind of like
Yep.
trashy.
And
on
I'm
the
not
draw.
in that list just because I need so much mana for
You're
other
playing
things
Taiga,
to like
so-
do other things.
Yeah.
I actually don't. I didn't have a Taiga in the list. I bumped up the Volcanic Islands instead because there's not a whole lot of like green red. There's not a lot of red. It's mainly just like board pieces and Minsk. But round 3, I played against. Man, I gotta think. It might have been Combo.
I wasn't
Yeah,
there, baby.
I think it was Combo, and it was like the Epic Storm list.
Yeah.
And I think I did right. The game 1 was hilarious because he was constantly trying to play around a card I didn't have in my hand, but I just kept acting like I had it.
Classic
it was
mistake.
it was like a Jedi mind tricks, and he kept on like waiting, and then I just played Minsk and killed him.
Yeah. We're like, go
And
times
he was
now,
like,
buddy.
He was like, "Did you have it?" And I showed him my hand. I'm like, "Hell no." He was like, "I threw this."
Yeah, you made a mistake there. You always tell them that you did have it. You go, yeah, I had it. just never tell the truth.
But game 2, I had some answers for. I had Veil of Summer in the board
Yep.
as an answer to what's it called? To oh my god, dude, I always have a hard time recalling cards. 4 mana drains you 2.
Tendrils.
Yeah, Tendrils. And I had a Veil in hand.
Yeah.
He just went, I'll tutor up Ave, and I completely forgot that's a card. It's the 2 green, 3 colorless Storm Ooze that when it comes into play for every copy that comes in after it, it gets
Created.
+1/+1.
Yeah, that card was like everybody was talking. I remember when Modern Horizons was it 1 or 2? It was 2 that came out. Everybody's like, "This is gonna break everything." It's like, no, it's not. And it just,
I mean, it's a great way for those decks to get around counter spells and fluster storms.
that's actually that's pretty brilliant actually.
It's
That's
it's
a good
really
move.
Like he was like, oh yeah, I'll just get Ave, and I'm like, what?
Yeah.
He cast it, and I look at him. I was not running Flusterstorm in this list, by the way.
Yeah.
He was playing around it all 3 games, and it was the post board games.
Yep.
And I thought it was really funny that he was trying to get around it. I really wish so. In my sideboard, I made a choice to bring in 2 Torpor Orbs because I knew someone was going to be playing Adventure. And
Sure.
I knew, and it's decent against Death and Taxes because a lot of their cards are ETB, go do something.
Yeah. Search, Skyclave, you name it.
And I felt like the rest of my deck was medium to bad against those 2 decks. So
Sure.
I said, let me try and bring these in. I really wish I would have went with a main board wipe instead.
As in like Supreme Verdict?
Yes. Yeah. That would have helped a lot in both my Maverick matchup and my Storm matchup, just because Ave could be killed and the tokens he made in Game 3.
I'm gonna tell you something. You weren't bringing in. You weren't leaving in Supreme Verdict versus the Storm deck.
I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's a dead card.
Like, yes, he got you, but like, that's the apples, right? You just got to deal with it. Like, sure, you got me.
Yeah, I mean, without Flusterstorm, it's a lot worse just because then the Goblin generator does ruin me every time. Like, I just have no answer to it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's either put back in Flusterstorms and get rid of the Torpor Orbs or whatever, or keep in a board wipe or 2, so that way I can answer.
Would it be too much to play cards like, and this is me just being like techie, right? I love playing cards like Silence because they always go in tutor, right? You're like, response to your tutor, because they usually go like,
But they usually silence you now.
Right. Right. But
and that's what he was playing. He was on the Silence version, and in Game 3, when he cast Silence, I cast Veil of Summer in response.
Yeah.
Because I didn't have an answer to the Silence itself.
Oh, sure. Okay.
So I was like, I'm just going to cast Veil. That way I block one way and maybe...
Oh, okay. To avoid the tendrils? Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
And then he just went and got his Goblin Army. But I know what you mean, because it's just like you let them do like 5 things and then you stop them.
Like, stop. Like, oh, you're going to use your Infernal Tutor now? Stop. Like,
but that's the biggest problem with those matchups for Storm, is that they're either duressing you, thought seizing you, or they're playing their own Silence before they start doing their stuff.
Yeah, I mean, the only way that you're ever gonna beat Storm and like Is It Murktide is the best deck to beat the hell out of. Like, Storm and like combo deck is at all-time low because not only is it applying huge amount of pressure, it has disruption all along the way. So it's like here's a 3/3 or a DRC that's going to become a 3/3 in 2 turns, and then here's a 7/7 Murktide with Force and Daze backup. Like, you have one turn to assemble your combo, whereas like if you're playing your control deck, like they're just going to be like, all right, I'll wait, set up, duress you, and you're like, well, there goes my one piece of interaction, and I'm playing 4 Swords of Plowshares main deck. I'm going to lose game 1.
Yeah.
I
don't know. I had fun with the deck, but I think my last round, I can't remember what one of my rounds was. It doesn't really matter. I won it. But the final round, because I went 3-2. So I lost to Storm and I lost to Maverick. And the final round was against a Delver player. And man, Minsk is so good against Delver.
They don't really, like I said, Delver's got to go. Well, Delver's already main decking like 1 to 2 rebs still. They got to play more Hydroblasts because they need like this. Minsk and Boo is the crux of that matchup.
Yep, for sure. But I had a lot of fun playing the deck. I don't know if I'll keep it together. I might switch over to Staff still just to try it out.
Yep.
Because I think that would be a deck that I would have a lot of fun playing because it's goofy and a little bit bad. It's like not good, but I would have a lot of fun playing it at like FNM or whatever.
Oh yeah.
I also this week played 3 Vintage Cube drafts, which I had a lot of fun doing.
A Magic
I realized that I want to win. I don't care enough about winning that I just force things when I'm like, I pigeonhole myself all the time when I'm drafting.
Yep. You're like, I took this card I really like, and then you see like, a Raphaelos, and you're like, yeah, I'm not taking green. You're like, oh, okay, and then you just keep going from there.
Yeah, One of the decks I had was a Eureka deck that had nothing but fat guys and mana dorks.
Yep.
So it's like most of the games I either drew one half or the other half. It also had channel. So it's like mono green channel Eureka, do dumb things.
Yeah.
I think I cast Tooth and Nail on turn 3 for the Entwined cards. And my opponent scooped, and there was another game where I played Eureka and played Woodfall Primus, the Terastodon, the one that destroys up to 3 permanents.
Non-creature permanents.
Non-creature permanents, and
They make elements, yeah.
yeah, and then I also put down what was it? I think it might have been like an Ugin, the 10-mana one. My opponent instantly conceded.
It's like, I don't want to play this anymore. Like, yeah, I'm just gonna take all your lands and I'm gonna minus Ugin for 0, kill all the tokens. Good luck.
No, it wasn't that Ugin. It was the it was what's the 10-mana Eldrazi?
Oh, Ulamog.
Ulamog,
Ulamog,
gotcha.
yeah.
The Ceaseless
It's
Hunger.
like, all right.
Yeah, here, attack, mill 20, game over.
Yeah. It was just so dumb.
God, in draft, that card's insane.
Yeah.
Yep.
40k
I had
decks,
so
what's the
much
big deal?
fun.
Yeah.
I had so much fun playing those. The deck that I did well with and went 3-0 with was just like a red-white aggro deck.
Mm-hmm.
Dude,
was just like, I'll
aggro's
just play
always good because people are always trying to do all these crazy things.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then the third round that I had, I went 1 and 2 because I really, really wanted to play Mana Rocks and Upheaval.
Thanks
My
for the
jam.
Thanks for the follow, Angry Asian Gaming.
But yeah, it was really fun, just like bouncing stuff and playing garbage.
For sure.
It was not
Actually,
good,
a
but it was
friend of
great.
mine.
Oh, nice, sick. Nice, man. Sounds like a fun week of Magic. I got a little bit in. I just did this. One of our local guys has a cube. His name's Stu. He calls it the Stube. He's got like a
All old border.
It's all old border, but no new cards in old border. It's all an old border cube. It's pretty low to the ground power. Went to when I ended up drafting Rafellos and struggling to find fatties that were like they're there. Like I got the because I was the only person that drafted like any semblance of like green, so I was like sweet. But round 1 and 2 I won, and then round 3 I played against goblins. And I made one suggestion to the owner of the cube, because he wanted to power down goblins, because goblins is like consistently winning the cube, just because you go back, like card advantage sucks before the modern era. Like they just didn't have a lot of, and he doesn't have, it's not powered, so like a lot of things just suck. So you play cards for what it is. And he wanted to power down goblins, and he's got Goblin Recruiter in there.
Oh, the card's too good.
It's one thing if that card's fine like when everything's powered up, but when everything's like you're restricted to where your power level is. The power level didn't bother me because there's some other stuff that you can do is pretty strong. It's the play experience that card provides. It's just stupid. Like it's like, okay,
Is that the one that sets your whole top?
yeah, you grab any amount of goblins, put them on top, and it's always the same sequence of
fun.
go get Recruiter plus 4 goblins. All of the goblins are like back in those days are pretty utility. They're kind of all over the place, and it's just like both games you turn to it, and it's like these weren't even games. Like they weren't fun. I was like, oh okay, whatever. Like, and I had like a really good hand. It just didn't matter because he's like, I'll just get this goblin that does this.
You go turn 2 Rafellos, they go turn 2 Recruiter, and then you watch your Rafellos
Well, yeah,
do nothing.
Well, then, like they also have like random goblins that deal damage. Like they have Sharpshooter, they have the Spark
Siege
Mage,
Gang.
the Spark, Siege Gang, Spark. It's like all these like really cheap things, and it's like it just makes it for like an incredibly repetitive play experience. And he's like, yeah, okay, I'll take it out. I was like, all right. Like I think that's like I'm not trying to tell you people what to do. It's just it's just like it's a power level thing. It's a negative game experience.
Like Matron is fine.
Yeah, it's a singular tutor that you can, like when you just get to set your deck of like 8 goblins deep, and it's like, well, I have 2 lands at hand. I stop at 4. I'm sorry, I really don't want to do anything else. It's like I'm gonna go get War Chief that makes everything cheaper. I'm gonna go get Lackey, and it's like Lackey that can cheat out. It's the way it's like, and then when he just drops the Ringleader on you, you're just like, all right. So if you're on like tit for tat, and they just go like Recruiter, and you don't have an
Ringleader's
answer.
the bad part.
And as always, if I just had the If I just had the counter spell, it would have been fine. But unfortunately, I was playing a color that didn't have that. So, he took
Counter
out.
spell removal.
It's definitely
Yes.
an answer, but yes,
An answer, but it's
Yeah.
not removal.
it's not removal. That is fair. It's stack removal if you want to get technical. But
Sure.
anyways, I just wanted to say, like, even though the card's like powerful, there are fun things to do in the cube. It's just the play experience of that card is horrendous. That's really what it is, and that's why I think. The fact that it's like allowed in EDH, because it's just like, I'm going to take 15 minutes stacking my deck.
I have one in my Cranko deck.
Everyone has one in there because it's loud, and you're just like, I'm gonna go get like 15 goblins. Like, I can't imagine what that card feels like from a casual standpoint. Like, oh guys,
Yeah.
If you're playing
Miserable.
all of the goblins, Recruiter allows you to combo.
well, right?
Yeah, of course.
You go get the Snoop and
You
Kiki
need
Jiki and
red-
call it a day.
yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh yeah, I forgot to mention.
Yes.
I
cares.
managed. No one cares. I managed to pick up a Japanese language swapped tropical island.
I saw that. That's pretty cool.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm pumped.
All right.
Great.
So
That'll be the blue. That'll be the one that I need for lands to be blue.
yeah. So the short and sweet of our show notes tonight. There's not really a lot. We have the paper players custom curation, aftermath, why it sucks, standards and what to expect, and then just overall. We didn't get to bank cards last week just because we went long. So there's a card I'd like to talk about, and we'll.
I was
I will
See what
talk
it is.
about band cards all day.
I was listening to the podcast episode from last week because I didn't jump in until the very end, and I listened to it throughout most of the day while doing stuff, and I still haven't gotten to the end. I was like, wow, this is
It's a
long
2-hour one. It just
episode,
happened to go long. I don't know why. It just
There was a
we
lot
just-
of
we talked
information.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
And we had our talk about Magic Minneapolis.
put this in the
and
wrong
whatever,
order?
which ate up a lot of
Oh
time.
yeah,
too.
I did. So custom cards. Dun, 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 dun. Another new
no, you
5 that
messed
we're gonna
up.
do. Yeah, I did.
Don't you want to give them our socials and all that? What happened?
We already did that.
I did that. That's how long we're going.
Oh man,
All right.
I'm getting lost.
So we're gonna go with this one. Custom card creations. We have Hangargrove Runestones, which is a 2-mana artifact that you can tap to put a land from your hand onto the battlefield. Seems pretty goddamn good, especially it not being a creature, so it's just immediately ramping. And then it has flavor text essentially at the beginning of your upkeep. If you control 6 more lands, transform it, and the other side is garbage. But 2-mana artifact that taps and puts a land into play seems really good.
Pretty
I
decent.
mean,
I don't think it's that
there's
crazy.
1 mana creatures that do it.
Right, but
But
they
it's only one time. It's not repeated.
well they run
No,
into
it
summoning
is.
sickness. Well,
It's
they
tap. Yeah.
they
But
just
that
run into
means
summoning
on-
sickness.
But wouldn't that be on curve with this then? Turn 2?
Right,
If
but
you play turn 1?
Right.
Yeah, I guess if it costs like 1, I would feel better about it. If it was like pay 1, do it.
yeah,
That would
maybe.
be fine.
Yeah. It's just the creature ones suck because when you draw them late game, you can't activate them right away. These ones are
That's
just like
fair.
way better just because just boom boom, and then it's got flavor text. But again, not a bad design, just a strong design. I think it
Yeah.
would be good. And,
Agreed.
all right,
Which doesn't mean, like you said, it's not bad.
yeah.
Good.
Common sense. I love this card. Blue for a sorcery. Search your library for a common card, then shuffle and put it on top of your deck.
Dude, this is like
What?
Yeah, it's cool. It's like an unhinged card.
this is like an uncard, yeah.
Yeah, common sense. Just I was like, this card I would be okay with, and then you run into the nonsense of like, well, you could never do this in like a tournament setting because like, would you legally have to have the right version of a certain card? Like, you couldn't have uncommon lightning bolt. You'd have to have common lightning bolt, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would like that forcing
Wait,
people.
I don't think lightning bolt's ever been uncommon. It's
Yeah.
only been rare and common.
Check M10. what-
M10 was common.
Yep, no.
I
No,
thought.
no, it's uncommon in M11. They upshift it for one set, or they might have done it for one of the Modern Horizon sets. Either way, they upshift it.
I'm checking.
Yeah,
I'm checking.
it's M10. It's common, and then either M11 or the Modern Horizons they move it to uncommon because
I like that they didn't give it a rarity, so you can't go find it itself.
the chain 'em. Yeah, it's been uncommon multiple times. All right, This one was just one of those cards that, like, people say the classic, just red black for a 2/2 with menace. His name is Sezap, Insanity Dancer, legendary creature, devil shaman. Whenever you draw a card, create a 2/2 red devil token with. When this creature dies, discard a card. So 2-mana 2/2 that just
That's ridiculous.
just every upkeep you get 2/2.
If it said outside of your draw step, would it be reasonable?
No. Yeah, you know what? It probably would be.
It wouldn't be that bad.
Yeah, it wouldn't be.
Like
What? Dude, that would brainstorm would say draw 3, make 3 2/2s.
It's kind of what it does now. But yeah, I mean,
I'm just saying,
I guess.
this card in general, that's way too good. It's not restricted to only one creature.
but guys,
Yeah. What if we stapled on there as well once a turn?
that's medium.
Then it's
that's
terrible.
fine.
Then no one plays it.
Yeah, that's medium. Like, I think you just need
You could play like a Grixis deck that might want it.
you just need to associate a mana cost with it. That's all. Just like when you draw a card, pay 2, create 2/2.
What?
Yeah.
Do this flavor text.
Yeah.
What?
If wishes were devils, beggars would die. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Thanks, Todd.
Scissor.
This
that
card
the
is
name
kind of
of it?
wonky.
It's
This card's really good.
It's insane. It's like you have to have the answer right away. So one of those nonsensical cards. All right, Volcano. So it's a basic land dash volcano.
Basic land.
Basic-
Oh my god.
So Terramorphic Expanse, go get this. Tap, add a colorless, and then tap black or red, spend this mana to
This
cast
says basic land. Oh my god.
This is so dumb because if you're paying for not a black or red spell, you just pay the colorless.
right. So there's no downside.
Yeah.
It's just a bonus.
Yeah. It's just not.
I mean, okay, so if they remove the colorless tap,
Yeah.
Well, no, I guess you can't
Would it
use
be
the red or
reasonable?
black for
This
abilities.
card is an atrocity. Don't try it. Don't even try.
It's just
I'm
not-
trying. I want to try and fix every one of these.
You can't
my goal.
use the colored mana for abilities.
you
It's
erase-
only downside.
If you erase the colorless tap option,
Yeah.
is this reasonable?
Yeah, it's like
Yes.
it's like a dual land.
Why
Like,
would you ever play a red black land in
That's
a
what they did with the
non-red black
volcano.
deck?
Yeah.
Well,
you can still
you might
cast.
have a blue
basic-
card
the
that you want to
basic tool.
cast that you want to use this to cast.
Yeah, you're not
You
casting
can-
like.
If you're a
can-
3-color deck, you can't this card suddenly
Terramorphic Expanse,
really
bro.
bad.
What about
Terramorphic Expanse.
Evolving Wilds?
Evolving Wilds?
Sure, yeah, let
What
let you
about
get this.
Prismatic
I don't
Vista?
care. If it can't
Rampant
tap for
Growth?
your third color, it's gonna be really good in a 2-color deck, sure.
Yeah, it's more. This guy can't cast artifacts with it, so that sucks. So
That too.
booty butts. But
Rampant Growth can grab this, but this can't cast Rampant Growth.
Yeah,
Oh, the
exactly.
but you can
Perfect.
cast
Or
Expressive Iteration off this, so it's probably pretty goddamn good.
Farseek can get it too. Oh wait, no, it can't.
No, the
No,
Farseek.
it's not
there's
labeled.
it does.
Yeah,
There's
it
no
says
volcanoes.
Forest
You idiot.
land. Yeah.
All right. And then this one, just this card's totally fair. So frantic looting,
What?
Phyrexian red. Yeah,
This
draw
is
2.
just careful study.
No, it's
Red.
discard 2
Way
at
better
random.
for free,
It's free. It's 0.
Oh, discard at random. Never mind.
Still free.
dude.
Oh, what?
Bring
No,
this.
dumb.
Bring this
Busted. What is wrong
so
with you?
I can play Hollow One.
Yeah,
I want to
please.
play.
You know how good that would be?
turn 3.
I want to play this into that 2 red, add 5 red.
You could turn
Turn
0,
one.
put 4 Phoenixes in play if you got lucky.
Yeah, I was about to say play 3 of
I'm
these in
down,
one
bro.
turn and
Print
just
this.
jam.
What's up? I Yahtzeed you.
I want to make a proxy of this card to try this in Hollow One.
I was thinking basking root wallet, bro.
You could put the Venge Vines in there.
Man,
you
you
get
need
crazy.
4
There's like a red basking root wallet too, isn't there?
Yeah, it's
yeah.
from
Who made
Modern
this
Horizons
card?
2.
This wasn't even like you didn't even try.
They actually made a cycle of them, and the green one is like for the same thing. Just make a 1/1 separately. But the other ones are all just
Oh my God.
degenerate. The other ones are just like what?
Well, now I want to know what the other ones are.
I'll pull them up now. I store them away.
I was supposed to say you can't bring it up and not talk
I don't
about
have
it.
them
You can't be like,
ready.
oh yeah, they're
I
all
just-
busted, but I'm not gonna.
No, the
show
green
you
one
all.
is fart. It just makes a 1/1 separately.
You
for-
wouldn't pay 2 life for a 1/1 saproling?
No.
At instant speed, no. It's worse than like a gut shot. It's like, oh, like, oh, got you.
Shot did 1, right?
Yeah. But yeah, at instant speed, I just like the idea of just going, turn 0 for Phoenix, go.
Or turn 0-4 Hallowed One. Go.
No, why would you play Hollowed One when Phoenix flies?
You have to have priority to
They're
cast.
both
Hollow
in
One.
there, you idiot.
No.
Yeah.
You can't turn 0
Phoenixes, yeah, you're right.
Phoenixes anyways.
It's on the beginning of your upkeep or on your bet.
Near
before
your combat.
Yeah, my bad. My
Yeah,
beep.
yeah.
I'm dumb. I've been dumb my whole life.
I know.
Damn, that's 2 mistakes in one podcast.
I have to do so much
Why is
editing
Tony going back?
because I have to go this way.
What?
Aftermath.
Yeah, whatever. Nobody cares. Everyone said it sucked. It sucked. Get it out
Why
of my
did it fail?
face.
Like, honest
You wanted
question.
it to be cool because they got.
The cards were underpowered.
I don't think that's true.
I do. Like, I mean, yes, the cards we have now are good, but nothing in this set really does much. Like, there's been 3 cards that really see play, and that's it.
Well, there's only 50 to pick from.
I mean, still, but 3 out of 50, like, you would
pretty good
think if
hit.
there's 50 cards,
That's what it is.
Say it again.
you would.
This product is bad. It's not that the cards are bad. There's always bad
Well,
cards.
it's the cards that
product-
make the product bad.
This product is bad.
Well, so they did do like a random reprint, where, like Training Grounds did this for whatever goddamn reason. Really random, right?
That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
The Sarkhan is like EDH chase, like people want to go get that. The Nissa is showing up in like some pretty hot lists that I've been seeing, which I really do like because it just guarantees you get a Fury.
Oh, it's
Yep.
so good.
Yeah, it's like really good. I was like, damn, this is actually
Elementals,
good.
it's so good. The fact that it would have been terrible if they didn't just staple elementals on it for no reason. Why did they do that?
Because Nissa, like the last 5
Yeah.
iterations, all make lands into elemental, so it's thematic.
Yes, I don't know.
Whatever. Like I don't. As far as the design goes, like
Seems like they just stapled it on there to be like, yeah, let's make it good. They won't
So,
play it otherwise.
I
No
looked
one
at
will play this.
this aspiring spike list. I just want to like to play Bloodbraid Elf really bad, but if the only elemental that you can grab is Fury, you can set it up so you're just like getting Furies all day. Like it's just like on demand Fury, and it's like whoa, that's pretty sick. But this is one of the many lists I've seen with the Nissa. And obviously, Ren and 6 and fetch lands means you're going to be able to add a mana of
Ramp
color
really fast,
and always
yeah.
get the next thing, like the next Nissa. The downside
Oh,
is
you
you
get
can
endurance too. Off
right,
the
like
board.
you can set your deck up in a way where it's like the only cards you're going to be able to grab, and this one grabs like Bloodbraid Elf and or like Furies, but you can set your deck up where it's like you can almost guarantee or like a 50% shot at getting a Fury. Like if you just have
Why
like
search for tomorrow?
oh, this is just a Valakut deck that's splashing.
Oh, it's
this.
Valakut. Oh,
Yeah, yeah,
okay.
yeah. So it's just
Yeah,
it's
I just realized.
yeah, it's just like a Valakut deck that has like this alternate. It's like I'm gonna beat you with Furies now. Like you
Does it
stop
have
my
enough
go.
mountains to get
Yeah.
you without the Dryad?
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's got 4, 6, 10, 12 because the Dwarven Myers.
Ounce, yeah.
Yeah, and then also I think Dryad of the Elite. Well, it's a Dryad, so you don't
kinda
like
like
hit it. Yeah, so I saw this list. I thought it was pretty cool, but
Glad I sold all my Rens.
yeah, mistake number 1. That card ain't going
Nah,
anywhere.
I ain't doing that. That's getting banned.
That's what we all said, but we were wrong.
It's getting banned.
Mafia Gamer Jr. It's going great, buddy. So, Aftermath. Opening this product felt bad. I don't know if you guys opened any of the product.
No.
It just felt bad.
kidding me?
There's something about like so I opened up 5 packs, right? And I got duplicates of multiple rares, and it just was like, ugh, like it just didn't feel good opening the packs. It just felt lame. I don't know why. Maybe maybe the carrot being taken away from you of not being able to get like
A Ragavan?
you could buy like 2 set boosters of this and get the entire set, right? And maybe that's a good or bad thing. Like I don't know, but there's something special to like opening up a pack and being like, oh, I hit that chase card. This is awesome. You know?
It would also be different if do they have reprints in here?
Yeah, Training Ground.
Other than Training Ground, like are there
No.
real reprints?
No,
No.
not that I know. Of.
Imagine if they put like real things in here. People buy the hell out of it.
Well, so the epilogue booster is a 5-card pack for $5. That's a pretty
$1
stingy.
per card.
That's a pretty stingy rate. Like, don't get me wrong, like there's draft
But if
chat.
it was just like, yeah, you might open a fetch land in here, or you might open like maybe you'll get really lucky and get a Ragavan altar.
If you're gonna
like, people would buy that.
yeah, if you're gonna do serialized things, and you want this product to sell, this is where you put your serialized things, right?
Yeah.
So
Because like people will be pumped about opening it anyways.
yeah,
They messed up this set on two fronts. So it being a 50 card set in paper sucks because like no one really like buying a box just doesn't seem worth it because like you said you can buy like 4 packs and open the whole set.
yeah,
And then on Arena, the way you get your cards most of the time if you don't have wild cards is you draft. Well, this set's not designed for draft in the way they
so
did
it's
it.
designed to get your
Hold
wild
on,
cards.
stop.
Oh my god.
No, it's worse than it. Yes, it's worse than that though, because the draft for Aftermath, you would open a pack and it would be all March in the Machine cards and 1 card from March or Aftermath in each pack.
Yeah.
Just 1. It was terrible. So like you're not ever getting anything on Arena, so you still got to spend your wild cards. So like they messed this setup twice. Like
That's funny.
I think this
Oh,
was like
Arena.
so what I would want, and here's what I want them to treat March. If they do another Aftermath set, and this is me from a more of a 60 card player standpoint, I want the set to be 60 card focused, and then put your 50 random rares that associate with Commander into this set, the Aftermath.
I'd be fine with that.
That's just
Yeah.
that's where I'm at. Because there's too many packs that exist. Like you every standard booster that you open has like cards that are just like geared for
What is
Commander.
this?
Yeah. So I would like to, like this is just me being an old fogey. I want to go back to the ways of like pre-New Phyrexia where things weren't geared towards Commander. And like I said,
Good luck.
I know. Because Commander is the number one thing that sells tables and so forth, but there is a huge demand, and it's true for like we're all waiting for the next big thing for the 60 card format, and we have the Pro Tour back, which is really nice, but we're missing like a piece of the puzzle, if that makes sense, to kind of reinvigorate everybody's drive. And they do the Pro Tour and all that other stuff, but like I think we're missing one step. Or one piece to get everybody back on the train, and they kind of are going they're trending in the right direction, especially with seasons. And maybe this 3-year standard is like that thing, like to end the once a year bans. Which, I guess the last thing I'll say about Aftermath, packs just felt bad opening. That's really all it was, and I think that the set's unappealing. Like, if this set had 10 fetch lands and 5 elementals and a Ragavan in it, would people love opening it? Maybe. I don't know. I don't know if you guys ever played Yu-Gi-Oh, but they had what's called like a battle packs, which were it was a smaller pack, but it was $1.99, and it was like you get like it was no foils, but it was like purely reprints. Like, and that's where like people were like, oh, my tour guide or whatever, the $100 tour guide was in there, and it was like $4. When it's like all of a sudden you go to a store and buy a bunch of battle packs and open up like format staples, you know. Anyways,
That's where I got my tour guide from.
most people did, yeah. All right, so I didn't have a chance to watch this standard, this weekly MTG, but they kind of went in depth of what they were. I didn't even like see a recap. I've just been kind of busy the last couple of days, but they didn't even do like a recap. Or no, I shouldn't say they did. I haven't gone and explored a recap of like what this is and what to expect. But and you guys, want to speak to it?
All right, I'm gonna give you a quick breakdown. Huey basically didn't say anything about anything.
All right. Well, that they always have to be
Blake.
My
like.
man.
Yeah.
Blake literally just asked or read questions from chat for them to answer, and Andrew Brown did what every person from every corporation does when they're in front of people. When they get asked questions, oh, I can't give you that information, or this is what we're going to be doing, but we'll announce more about it later. So it really was not very informative. Like, there wasn't a lot of information. Basically, though, what they said about bans is there will be one big band a year, and that's when they will focus on looking at standard and the health of standard. And I do believe that's the one that we will get on the 29th. And then there will be smaller incidents throughout the year where they look for bans. And
There's
those
a
will
3-week period after a set release.
Yeah, and they will primarily look at eternal formats, but also standard in those moments.
A 3-week period. That's so. You know what? Never mind.
Most of the time, after a set comes out, there's a big tournament.
Well, I think it's. You know what? You're right. It's probably Pro Troop data that they're going to pull from, and also Arena solves the format in a day. So fair enough.
That's also why they didn't. They said that's part of the reason they haven't done any bans yet. Is there is a huge Arena championship? Either I think it's this weekend. And they wanted to wait till after because people have been playtesting. Like Hugh even said, like that's one of the few times he spoke up. He was like, "Yeah, if I was playtesting for standard, and then all of a sudden they decided to ban now, it would feel real terrible because you're putting in all that time."
Okay.
But so like that's fine. Like one more week of dealing with standard the way it is fine. It's not gonna it's not like people are gonna get bankrupt or run out because like literally just wait till the 29th. Don't buy cards till then. That's all you got to do.
Sure. So that statement of like it would feel really bad because I wasted my time. It just goes to be like, but if they don't make the ban, you've now invested and you're ahead of the curve by everybody by that much, or everybody's on an even playing field. We've all been testing, so you have to scrap everybody's testing, right? So whatever.
Sort of, but like you also have to take into consideration like not everyone has that much time.
Sure.
Like all these people that got invited, they might only have like, let's say 1 day a week to test or 1 day every 2 weeks. And let's say they've tested for standard in this way and then all of a sudden it gets banned and they're like, well, shit, like I can't do it because I got to work or.
Yeah, the same argument exists for people that like run track. The guys that are able to spend 5 hours a day on the track running, stretching, and getting stronger. And they're like, all right, we're changing this type of shoe. And you're like, huh, man, like, yeah. I don't know. We all have different positions in life, and those of us that are advantaged in like testing teams or have more time, it's like, yeah, you're going to have a better outcome than the guy that's like, I work a 55-hour job and I can, I squeak my way to the Pro Tour. It's like, well, that guy, let's be fair, like if he doesn't spend 60 hours on standard prepping for the Pro Tour, he's like the likelihood of that individual winning is already just like so astronomically low, right?
I mean, to be fair, we had that rando come in second against Reed Duke, and like he like works like a 40-hour a week job, and like.
Yeah, but I don't know if his resume was he was a PTQ grinder for like 9 years. He was an SCG grinder for many years. So like the story that he qualified in Arena is true on his phone, but like when they did the interview like with him, he was not just like a guy who started 2 years ago. He's been playing Magic.
No, this is fair.
Yeah, he's an entrenched Magic player. So like that storyline, like when they sell it that way, it sounds like, oh my god, this guy just got off his phone and did it. But
it's just to get more casuals to pay to go to tournaments.
Yeah, it's a smart marketing technique. But like when you actually looked into it, it was like, oh, this guy's been grinding, and he's actually like a well-known player in the community. He just the way he happened to get on the Pro Tour was funny,
I honestly like 1 week isn't gonna like the people that are playing Arena are still gonna play Arena. It's not like they're gonna quit in this week. Mm-hmm. Everyone's hyped for the band anyways, so like honestly it's probably pulling from the viewership that people aren't going to watch because they already know what standards like anyways.
You're watching a dead format, right? You're not watching anything break out. You're not watching, and Arena is not a great client to watch Magic on. There's no selling point. There's no emotion in it, right?
I mean, there's no emotion in any digital Magic at all.
Yeah, you're right.
Like that, but that all breaks down to like not having spectator mode and all that stupid stuff. But anyways, like
or a tournament client. Like
this weekly Magic stream like felt like it was like when they said the term "we don't have the technology." It was just kind of one of those moments where they're like, "We're gonna have this stream because people want to hear from us, but we're gonna lob you like easy questions."
For sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like he was reading the chat, and I'm like looking at the chat, and I'm like, "There's a good question. There's a good question." He skips like 30 of them, and there's like, "Oh." Are we gonna get any spoilers for the next set yet?
Yeah. Here's the script of things you can say, and everything else is like they have like a tree. If questions ask this, if it leads into this, say this, and then like there's like this one giant arrow. All other questions go here, and boop. Yeah.
Yeah, like honestly, William Jensen did what Josh does during the podcast. Sometimes he literally was just, you could see him leaning back just on his phone.
Yeah.
Like not doing it. I'm like, yeah, you don't want to be here, do you?
I will say this.
No, not you. I'm talking about Huey.
I will say this about Huey. I think without him, we don't have seasons. Without him, 60 card play is not where it's at. I'm so happy that they brought him in because it seems like everything's just like commander, and it's like, okay, well, me, like the wannabe tournament player, where do I fit in all this? And things are starting to, like, the tide is not going. I guess tide is the wrong term, but it's not like it's getting more to like a 30-70 versus like a 90-10.
I agree with you. I'm glad he's a part of the team now. Yeah. I'm just saying, like, you could tell he didn't want to be there.
Yeah.
Or at least the information that people were asking wasn't stream worthy. Like, these are all things that, like, literally they just kept referring to on the 29th, we'll release an article and it'll explain how everything's going to work. And it's like, then why are you having a stream for this? Yeah. Why not just drop an article that says, hey, 29th, pay attention.
Yeah,
That's
for
when
sure.
you get all the information.
Here's the bullet points. Boom.
Yeah.
Get ready for more explanation on the 29th.
This was just to put 3 people on camera and watch them, like, talk about nothing.
Yeah. Yeah. That's fair. I'm glad
I have 4 people like we do. Come on.
Yeah, stupids.
I mean, we make fun of the people doing it, so it makes it okay.
Yeah,
remember, someone actually said paper player sucks.
Yeah, that's true.
It does, dude. Fuck that place.
It's so stupid. We don't like papers or players or anybody else in between. So get out of
podcast.
here. Yeah, dude. If you listen to Podcast Weekly, you're a loser.
Podcasts are for 40-year-old virgins and church-going people.
Okay.
People who've lost all the will.
Oh, you got something to say, JB? You got something to say about that?
Unrelated to that, but I'm whatever. I'm fucking mad. I'm mad.
Why?
About podcasts?
Why?
No.
Oh boy,
because-
we pissed off JV.
Here we go.
No. I just want to complain about Arena.
Oh my god.
And I accidentally was playing Historic. And some guy played this card against me. Tell me how busted this card is. It's a 3 mana, 1 colorless, red, black. It's one of the Arena only cards. 3/3. It says at the beginning of your end step, you may discard a card. If you do, create a treasure token and choose Ambitious or Expedient. If you choose Ambitious, seek a card with a greater mana value than the discarded card, or if you choose the other one, seek one that has less. So you legit get to tutor any card, and on top of it, you don't get to see what they get.
Yeah.
When the guy did it to me, I was like, "What is he doing? Wait, why don't I get to see the card in his hand?"
Are we upset about Arena? What's going on here?
Yeah,
Here's the
hold
problem.
on. You have no reason to be upset because you were the person that chose to play Historic
I
without
accidentally
realizing.
chose
Yes, that's your own fault, bro.
It's your
own
I
fault.
thought that was the one that was the pseudo Pioneer, and I had a Pioneer.
That's
deck
Explorer.
Yeah,
okay, and then I switched over to Explorer. When I saw someone play that card against me, I was like, what is this garbage? This is an unreal card. This is not a fair card. I hate this game.
Yeah, there's
That's
a
why you
huge.
don't play Historic.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, Alchemy is every 2 years rotation because people care.
Right. Yeah, whatever. But yeah, so perfect example of why Alchemy fucking sucks is right there.
It's because you don't know how to click on Explorer.
Unreal power level.
It's just I don't want to be the reason this podcast started is
I want to
because
beat a dead horse.
well, the reason why this podcast started is because we all were at a legacy tournament and we're like during the COVID days, and we were all so ecstatic to be with one another, and we're like, dude, we don't talk enough about paper. And we're like, yeah, let's do that, and then that's what we did.
Yeah, I just wanted to complain because I accidentally clicked on the wrong thing.
That was when we were in Illinois, wasn't it?
No, that was when we were there was like a dual tournament or whatever. Maybe I don't remember.
I thought it was the Illinois when we stayed at the hotel water park place.
No, that was pre-COVID. It was during COVID that we initiated. So shout out to Arena for letting us be the counterculture.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Being
Arena.
awful.
Awful.
Thanks for making all my complaints valid because everybody agrees with me and no one agrees with the Arena team.
The only reason I ever enjoy Arena is when it's 3 a.m. and I'm randomly like, man, I kind of want to draft right now. I have something to open, but then most of the time I play 2 rounds and I'm like, yeah, I'm over this, and then I close
Or I'm
it.
sitting at work and I'm like, all right, I guess I'll play.
Yeah,
I can't even do that. My phone will melt, dude. I load up Arena and my phone, it sounds like a computer, bro. It's like,
yeah, it's a
like,
jet.
yeah, you shouldn't be doing that, bro.
Why is it melting?
Yeah.
But yeah, so really mad that card existed, and I was like, what is this? Why did I accidentally click on this?
Yeah, it's
MTGA sucks. I hate MTGA. Get out of
it's
here.
the people that like those things, like the Hearthstone players that like, I like the randomness, I like the wild things that they do and the spell books. Like, I'm glad you pulled people from another dead card game. Hearthstone.
The funny part is I was like, dang, this card is a real card? Where is this? How is this not in any list? And then it didn't show the card, and I'm like, wait a minute. This has to be an arena-only card. I'm on the wrong play for it.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Whatever. It's just we've
why?
known that for a while. Why does
Why
arena
wouldn't they...
suck?
No, why wouldn't they just show you the card that the person got if it was higher or lower?
Because
why?
Seek is not a pick thing. It's a random 3-drop.
No, it's not Seek. Oh, I guess it is Seek.
Yeah, Seek is an ability, a keyword ability that goes and seeks anything. It stares at your deck, it sees all the 3 CMCs, it grabs one at random and puts it there.
Oh, it's
it
at
depends on
random.
Yes.
It depends on how it's worded too, because sometimes it'll look at every card
An elf
in the
card.
client, and any card in the client that fits the
God.
the stipulation.
Yeah, there's
Arena sucks.
yeah, there's
Okay,
a lot of it,
enough.
but there's decks that are like seek a 4 CMC thing, and you only have you have a guaranteed 1 4 CMC thing, so you can set up your deck to be perfectly the same draw every time. Anyways,
Can
done
we
with
talk
that.
about Deathrite Shaman and how it shouldn't be banned?
Yeah, I'm in for that
All
again.
right, yeah, well, you guys were right. You guys nailed it. You guys had sick arguments last time. Nice, you guys got it.
Not the only argument. I love how he says that's the only
Well,
argument.
that's the
every
only
time.
one he can.
Let me just
say
play the
because-
replay real quick.
That's the only
You
one.
guys the removal to discredit anything else.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is any moment you
Oh,
say that plus all the other stuff, he goes, no, you said dies to removal. It's
I'm
over."
sorry. Did you guys not want me to weaponize the only argument you had? Okay. All right. So, I'm probably on the wrong side of this one, but I don't think this card should be
You're
banned.
on the wrong side every time.
Nah,
What is this banned
Tibalt, it's banned in Modern.
Oh, because of the
it's
Cascade deck.
Escarino. Oh wait, no, but that you can't do it anymore, right?
No,
You
you
can.
still can.
It's just
Yeah.
banned because of Cascade.
You cascade into this, and this casts the Emrakul.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's still busted.
Is it?
But I guess like
Yeah, I think that it's too like. What's better than 2 4/4s, bro? Just an Emrakul, and you get it casts it, so you get the extra turn.
Okay.
Yeah, but you're not guaranteed to hit the Emrakul. You could just hit
Yeah, you
another
are. The
Cascader.
deck literally is built to be just.
I
the
guess, 'cause then you just
Spell,
hit another
Tibalt, and
Cascader.
then yeah.
So you no longer, I think it's a Cascade spell, right? So you can hit a different thing than the Cascade spell or a Tibalt's Trickery, right? Because it's 4, 4, and 4.
If we didn't have, if Ardent Plea was the card, the only Cascader card,
Yeah.
maybe better. You might be able to handle this
You're
card.
only allowed to play
Because you're
one.
able to do Violent Outburst on their turn, where it shuts off Force of Negation.
Okay.
It makes this card too good.
You only have one
How?
Cascade spell. Though.
How? Like spell
Because
pierces
you just
like,
get an Emrakul
Okay.
and say it's my turn with an Emrakul. I'm attacking.
no, you don't get. You
Because
don't.
it would be at the end of their turn.
Okay, you can. Can we agree that we can counter the Tibalt's Trickery, right? That is a card we can counter, right?
So you're saying it dies to removal?
No,
Yeah.
like spell pierce is like an all-time high, is it not?
No,
Yeah.
agreed. But you have to have it in hand? It's the same as saying you have.
Yeah, they
to have
also have to.
removal spells.
They also have to play a deck with 4 Violent Outbursts, 4 Tibalt's Trickery, and 4 Emrakul, and then 48 lands.
Well, no. Why wouldn't you play Ardent Plea? Why wouldn't you play?
Because then you could hit the other ones.
You can't. Yeah, you don't want.
So if you
can't-
play
But then you
Ardent
just
Plea-
cascade into another Tibalt's Trickery.
Sure, like
Because Ardent Plea and what's it called are on the same mana cost.
so you would essentially go balls deep in every single. You could lose all of it, like all your Tibalt's Trickery, and then miss.
Yeah, and
I don't think it's good.
I don't think it's bad either, though. Like, there's a reason it got banned, like, and it was showing up everywhere.
Right.
Like,
Look, yeah, but this
you
is
can also
this is
you can
pre-elementals.
also play. You can
yeah, but
also
elementals
play,
don't do anything to this deck.
can
Solitude
play
goes nice Emrakul. I have 15 life.
I sure.
That's a huge thing. It's huge.
That's
It's
a
not
removal
nothing.
spell. Your argument is it ties to removal. Then
Well, let's argue with this. Emrakul was not something you could remove pre-Solitude.
Jace, no, it definitely was. Jace
So-
wants that dude all day.
Okay,
And
so
Oblivion
you had to
Ring.
have four. You had to go to turn 4 with a blue deck. You didn't have a counter spell. Come on, bro.
Oblivion Ring.
So they take the extra turn. They attack you. When do you cast the Oblivion Ring?
Well, there's even Oblivion
What?
Rings with Flash.
Okay, I agree with that. That costs mana to have up, right? Then the argument would be, like the elementals change it a little bit.
All I'm saying is you
Sure.
also get to play. You also get to play Bloodbraid Elf because it just does more.
No, you can't because
Why?
Tybalt's Trickery will hit it and cast it.
You can't. Like you have to play.
Read the card.
Read the card, please.
You have to
Yes,
have
and
it.
then you know what happens with Tybalt's Trickery? You just run into more of the
I mean, if you hit Bloodbraid Elf,
Yeah. You
Just keep cascading.
So you go through all your Tybalt's Trickery, and then there's a world where you can blow it and not hit anything and randomize it.
yes, that's why it has to be strictly
It's boom,
for
boom, boom.
Cascade.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's 4/4/4 because you can't risk
And
running out of Tybalt Trickeries.
I mean,
All right, well then it is garbage. That's fine.
so the reason why this is banned, and maybe that's not a power level thing. It was probably prior to that, but it's a negative game experience because your opponent goes. It's like when you play against Bazaar, Baghdad, and Vintage. They mulligan, they mulligan, they mulligan, they mulligan. They see Bazaar, they keep. And this one, it's you mulligan, you mulligan, you mulligan. You keep Violent Outburst, you keep. No matter what the things are, because you know the other 48 cards in your deck are lands, and you're not going to whiff, right?
and you automatically get the Cascade even if you cast it. And
R-
then
right,
Tybalt's Trickery targets the Cascade spell and then goes off.
I mean, like, don't get me wrong. Like, you can play 4 of the Besejus, the ones that make it uncounterable, so you can't deal with the Tybalt's Trickery. But now we're in a Splitter Twin world, right? Is it not?
Isn't this
You
just
have
more?
to
Isn't
pay
this
for
just more
mana.
mainstream though
What?
than Splinter Twin?
Well, I'm saying, like, you have to have it. It's like to guarantee that you're going to get the Tybalt's Trickery off plus the Emrakul getting the extra turn. It's mainly it's probably banned due to a negative game experience of like, oh, I brought my elf deck and my opponent's just gonna mulligan until they have this, and I feel bad. But like, you could just play more griefs and be like, nice Cascade spell, good luck. You know, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just
I guess.
I don't like
Right.
Rakdos Scan would just wipe the floor with his deck.
I feel like it's just because it is a hard deck to interact with when it does go off.
It's just annoying.
Like you
It is.
like specifically have to have a counter spell or Solitude. Like otherwise they just cast Emrakul. They
Yeah. I
literally-
mean, you have Odorawa too, like other things like of that nature as well. Like you have things that can bounce. Like we have a little,
Agreed.
oh, get out of here, cat, you dipshit.
Leeway.
He pressed that button, by the way. He really did. That's kind of wild. He just came up. Hey, Tony, Dad, boom. I don't know. It's banned
Alright.
for that reason because of
garbage.
the negative experience. I think that's the only reason it's banned because players are
I
just
also
like.
don't think it's worth unbanning.
I think it's
Like
banned.
at the same concept. Like the deck was bad. Like it did not feel good to play against. And this isn't going to make the format any healthier by unbanning it. So why unban it to begin with?
Yeah, fair. I think it's banned for. Yeah,
Not a good reason.
it's banned probably more for Magic Online because you're just able to like mulligan,
Yes.
mulligan because it's easy.
Well, it got banned in best of one like almost right away.
It was because it was just that you got everybody was playing like 1 in 3 games or were non-games. You're like,
Yeah.
this isn't fun. But what's the? I guess in real life, you would just be annoyed if your opponent mulliganed 6 times against you, both games 1, 2, and 3. You're like, oh, this is so stupid. But
I mean, isn't that what Neoform does?
yeah, it does.
But Neoform falls apart a lot faster than this deck does.
Neoform needs multiple pieces
Multiple
where you
cards.
just need Violent Outburst or whatever the art of plea if you want to get sassy.
Bad.
Yeah.
You want to be bad.
Yeah. Is there what? Do they have other cards right now that can go and just like exile Emrakul out of your deck? I guess you use
Yeah,
Drannith
what's it called?
Lone brain, baby.
and then Drannith Magistrate also existed too.
Yeah.
Got answers to this damn card.
What's the white colorless?
Spell Pierce.
No, it's the 2-mana card that says if you
Oh,
didn't.
sorry.
Oh, I guess this casts, doesn't it?
What?
Never mind.
Oh yeah, the
You were talking about
Containment Priest.
Containment Priest.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
you have
Containment
Drain of Mana Straight. You're like Drain of Mana Straight. They're like, all right, good game. I'll scoop this up.
Yeah, you can't play that from
Have
exile.
fun. Yeah, I don't know. And now we got White Remand coming in Lord of the Rings. You're like, put that or go back to your hand. I'll draw a card.
White remand.
It doesn't counter the white one, does it? It's pretty nice.
I know.
Oh yeah, that's right.
It's cute.
It's good though.
Well, you can pitch it to Solitude.
I think this
so
card
might-
is an underplayed card in EDH, by the way.
Yeah, everybody should play this card.
It's just your second Chaos Warp.
It's
Yeah.
better. It's better.
Yep.
I have fun with this card, and I love when I go cast this card. Like, good job, Dickface. He put a 10/10 in play. Like, okay, well, you know,
Cool, I guess we lost. Let's go to
No.
the next one.
that's what I just respond with.
You hit the button.
I've casted this card on my own spell before to mess up someone's Vampiric Tutor.
Oh, dude, this card's fun.
Or not mine, but I casted on their spell. Yeah, because they went Vampiric something else.
Is the choose 1, 2, or 3 at random? Just was that necessary for this card to be stapled onto here?
It's to avoid you stacking the top of your deck.
Oh, so but if I randomly choose 1 and then get lucky with Sensei's Divining Top, it just put it 3.
That's why Sensei's Divining Top is banned.
Yeah. Well, I mean, when I'm talking Commander, that's where we would play this.
Oh, and Commander. I don't even think Sensei's Divining Top would matter because you can't interact after you mill.
Yeah.
Like you'd have to know what you'd have to hope you guess the right number.
You get a 33% chance of failure when you hit 3.
Yeah.
You just always put it in the 3 slot.
Yeah.
All right. Fair point. All right. This card's probably not worthy of a ban. I was wrong. All right. That's it for the show, guys. Jeff, I want to hear your jokes. Let's get him going. Jeff's jokes. Josh, I need themes for him. I don't know what it's going to be like, but it's probably going to be a lot of just playing this.
So, why does John Avon suck at Magic? He only draws lands.
It's a whole, I've heard
That's
that
a good
one.
Why is there no milk on Bant?
Milk?
What?
Yeah,
Milk?
why is there no
Hold on.
milk
Before,
on Bant?
okay, I'll let
I, not me.
I'm all, let him finish the joke.
They're
and then we'll-
lactose intolerant.
Oh, yeah.
That was fun.
I like that one. But can we just get hit real quick? Milk, huh?
Milk.
Yeah. Are you
Okay.
Canadian?
milk.
No, I said it properly.
Are you sure?
No, you did.
We have the
Yeah,
recording.
MILK, milk.
Milk.
Milk. Yeah, why does the
don't
band not
care.
have any milk in it?
I'll say it however I want to say it. You can't stop me.
All right, this is real quick. Chips Ahoy or Oreo?
Chips Ahoy.
Oreo.
Oreo.
Oreo by a lot.
Chips
Chips
Ahoy.
always sucks.
I had Chips Ahoy recently, and I did a taste test at
Bad.
work, and all but
The
like 2 people.
chewy ones are good.
The little ones are fine.
So we had a fire the other night, and I
Nice.
saw on Facebook where someone made s'mores using those Keebler elf cookies, the ones that have the fudge drizzled on them. Yes, those ones. Amazing, bro! Holy cow! Like that was great. So we
Like
tried
those
with other
cookies.
cookies,
I like
and
And then
I
you burned your house down.
no, we got Chips Ahoy like the double stuff, like where they have like extra chocolate chips.
Double
and that
chunky,
was
yeah.
really good. Yeah, that was really good for s'mores.
Nice.
I think my problem with s'mores is the
All right.
marshmallow.
See,
What
I
other
did it right,
jokes you
man.
got for me, bud?
You don't burn. Those were the only 2 I had ready.
Yeah.
Oh man.
You don't burn it. Obviously, like I don't understand why people stick it in the flame and they're like, "It's on fire, it's done." Like,
lack
no,
of
that's terrible.
patience.
Yeah.
I will
Inability.
sit there for like 5 to 10 minutes, man.
Making it
like,
nice and
slowly
gold.
turn it,
Yeah.
and like you touch it, and like the entire inside's melted. That's perfect.
Every year on 4th of July, we have a contest where we all, our family gets together and we roast marshmallows, and the uncle's the judge. He makes the decision of who's got the best marshmallow. And 3 of the people always try the hardest, and they always burn it, and they just immediately just get upset.
Get upset.
Because they
Man.
well, I'm also chirping. Like, I'm like, are you too close to the flame? Oh, you gotta get closer if you want to be more gold. Like, I'm just sitting there, just like as far away as possible, just
Would've
watching
guessed
people.
Tony playing the antagonist.
Of
I would have
course.
never seen it.
Not in.
Well, I do this. It's fun because it's with children. It's like they're 10 and they're like,
Yeah.
oh, it's too close.
Well, that's a way better.
It's like, because with an adult's like, I don't care. I'm like, oh, this is
You said uncle. I thought you meant your uncle, but now I realize you're saying you.
Yes.
You are the judge.
Yes.
He's the old uncle.
Took me a second.
Uncle T just ruined everybody's day.
By the way,
That's way
Josh,
better.
You gotta get closer, kid, if you want to win.
I was about to say, on top of that, you're also the judge, so they have to listen to you. So it's way better.
And they're like, oh, you burned it. And they're like, can I have another try? It's like, oh, we're all out of marshmallows as I dump the rest of the bag in the flames. You got
Josh.
one chance.
That dragon was Hellkite Tyrant.
Love that card.
Ah.
Big, fat cards. Josh, hit us. Get us out of here.
There is nothing done in rap that isn't done better in another genre. It's Wednesday, my dudes.
I was about to say,
Terrible
air horn is only good in rap.